ओम श्री साई राम। गजवदना गणनाथा गजवदना विनायका सिद्धिदाता शिवतनया बुद्धिप्रदायक गजानना पार्वतीनन्दन भवभयभञ्जन युगयुगवन्दित जय श्रीगणेश। ओम श्री साई राम। Swami once declared, "My glory, my power, my love is unconditional, eternal, and absolute." His glory is not depending or not dependent upon anything or anyone, any entity in the entire universe. Whatever he decides has to happen. He told once Brother C. Srinivasan, "I don't think, I decide and I do." There is this eternal sort of game being played. God has come down to raise our human consciousness to higher level of awareness. He wants our human mind, our dog mind, to come to the level of God mind, divine mind. And we, the humans, try our level best in spite of so many experiences. We want to put this God in the frame of logic, reasoning, science. Let each one of us just close our eyes and introspect. Right from day one of our being in His orbit, in His proximity, physically or spiritually, even. Distance is no. He says, "I play with time and space." The time and space, you are bound by them. I play with them. Forget about the experiences of others. All of us, I believe, have had such incredible experience with this God that would defy any logic, any scientific logical approach. He will, in fact, I have told many times, will do exactly opposite to our expectations. So much so, many times he would promise, apparently, which will not be able to interpret because our human mind is programmed in such a manner that we even try to interpret his divine words, the word of God, through the lens of our selfishness and self interest, our ego, arrogance, our ignorance. God does not judge us, He loves us, and we, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, try to judge His actions. We are not at all eligible, we have no qualification whatsoever. Who can question His actions? Where was this need of this avatar to say that I will live in this body for 96 years? No avatar has declared like this before. There is no need. If he was not very sure of being in this body for 96 years, where was the need? Was there any pressure upon him to declare when he is going to leave this body? And on the Gur Purnima, today is Gur Purnima, 1993, after the 6th June incident, Swami declared in Purna Chandra that many people say I will be in this body for 96 years. No astrologer, no grantha can predict my next move. If I wish, I can continue to live even for hundreds of years. But if I want, I can disappear this moment. Recorded. Gur Purnima 1993 in Purna Chandra. I was there. I remember one story was narrated by my grandfather. We were kids. I didn't understand the depth of that profound meaning of that story. There was a Sufi fakir in Sindh, Pakistan. That time it was not Pakistan, it was Sindh, Hindustan. Once somebody, his devotee, he was living, fakir, they live like fakirs, renunciates. One devotee requested him to ride the horse which he had bought, and he wanted his guru, the fakir, to ride upon it for his sake. He thought it is a great blessing. And this fakir just agreed, okay, if it pleases my devotee, I can do anything. But there was one big person in the village who would not spare any opportunity to taunt this fakir. Our human mind is programmed like that, especially in this Kali age. Next to being critical and judgmental, our greatest hobby is to taunt others. Even the great saints. Those who dare not open their mouth in front of their own family, they dare to question God. So, this gentleman taunted, oh, so today you are riding the horse. Do you know how many legs the horse has? The fakir immediately climbed down and started counting the legs. This man said, you don't even know? And you are riding the horse. You don't know how many legs the horse has? The fakir very humbly said, brother, when I climbed, I saw horse had 4 legs. Because my Malik, my Allah had decided that horse should have 4 legs. But now when I come down, I do not know what he has decided. It could have 3 or 5, I don't know. That is why I am reconfirming before giving you the reply. My master can do anything. This is surrender. No logic. When Prahlada was pushed by the soldiers of his father from the hilltop, Prahlada did not expect Narayana to be opening his arms to catch him and save him. He did not even pray for that. He was just chanting the name Narayana, Narayana, Hari Om Narayana. That's it. Job of devotee is to chant his name with love. There ends his job. Calculating minds can become only calculating devotees, like most of us. Because our minds, you are what your mind is. If your mind is good, there is no religion, no situation bad for you. But if your mind is bad, there is no religion, no situation good for you. Your mind decides everything. Calculating minds are always calculating devotees. They calculate. Once my very good dear friend, more than a brother, Brigadier Rajneesh Talwar, oncologist, out of concern, he respects me like his own spiritual brother. But out of concern for me, he once asked, Harish Bhai, you are taking Swami's command of bringing about governance of God in this country so seriously. But suppose tomorrow it does not happen, will it not affect you or your faith or your mind or your emotions? I say, why? It is not my agenda to bring about any change in the governance of this country. No ways. In my 68 years of my life, I have never even gone to vote even once. I am least interested. Before Swami commanded me, I never even used to look at the front page of the newspapers. But one thing I know, tomorrow if he tells me, in my vision, he comes to me and tells me, hey, forget about this governance and everything. Go and water the plants in the ashram. Go and wash the dishes in the canteen. Good enough. He decides. He directs. He can change the role play of any person. Who are we to question his authority, his judgment, his decisions? He decides, he provides. And he asked, but he has, because it is a huge thing, it requires huge finance, huge money power and manpower. I said, if he has not yet provided, it means that he has not yet decided. But because he has commanded me, once he blessed me to do IS because I had this subconscious desire to be of service to my nation, to my people, because Vivekananda was my first guru. As a student, as a youth, I had this thought, that being an IS, I will be able to serve my country in some good manner. Swami blessed me. 6 months, 24/7, I was reading IS. I am from non-English medium. Swami made me expert in English psychology and law. And after 6 months, he comes to Dharmashetra. He kya karta hai? I said, Swami, I am preparing for IS. You are a businessman. Do business. I said, Swami, IS only serve the ministers. Instead of IS, you should aspire to become SAI. Next moment, I came home and closed my library, my reading room, everything. I don't know what is IS. I know SAI. One moment. And I know why he initially blessed me to do that. Because he wanted me to gain the knowledge which would help me in future for his command to bring about the governance. When he told me on my 50th birthday, I told him, I protested. I said, Swami, I hate politics and politicians. He said, first of all, I am not asking you to do politics. I am asking you to do governance. Governance without politics. Next, you must not hate any situation or any person. Hatred hardens your heart and darkens your mind. Love lightens your heart and enlightens your mind. I said, Swami, I don't have any godfather. I suggested some names to him. Okay, Swami, these are your people, your devotees in your ashram and outside. They could be better instruments. I don't like to be suggested. I said, Swami, but I don't have any resources, any godfather. You have God as your father. When I decide, I provide. I'll speak through you, work through you, write through you. Wherever you go, my people will receive you as my own. Just be my donkey instrument. And why donkey instrument? He said, because donkeys do not have any personal agenda. I told my brother Rajneesh, this is not my agenda. This is not my game. This is my role play. Tomorrow if he changes, nobody is going to question me, hey, why you did not bring about the governance of God in this country. Who can question me? I am not in the game, not at all. And I told in one of the meetings in Puttaparthi where all top leadership of BJP RSS was present. Spontaneously, I never prepare my talks. I declared all this, and in the end I said, today if I go and stand for even village election anywhere, my wife will not vote for me. I know it. I have no credibility in politics. But the day he decides, even the top leadership of this country will stand in queue to vote for me. But he has to decide. And if he has not provided, he has not decided. That's it. He has prepared me. I don't know why and how. God does not reveal his plans. They say if you want to make him laugh, tell him your plans. Because I believe, as he told Brother C. Srinivasan, that I don't decide, I don't think, I decide and I do. It is his decision. He is the cosmic authority. He declared 1968 Dharmakshetra, I will achieve what I have to achieve single-handedly. Then somebody asked him, Swami, what we need to do? You just keep your hearts and minds pure enough to witness my glory in the days to come. Krishna lifted only one mountain. I will lift the entire range of mountains. I request all of my brothers and sisters who have any doubts on Swami's coming back or Swami fulfilling his promises which he has given, to go and read Satyam Shivam Sundaram part 1, 2, 3, 4. Go and read his life, his own spoken words. And more than anything else, please introspect your own coming to Swami, your own experiences with this God. But our human mind is like that. When in Mahabharata it is mentioned, when Abhimanyu was killed, the entire Pandava clan blamed Lord Krishna that you are our Kulanashaka. All their knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, everything, their previous experiences of Draupadi, Chiraharan, everything vanished from me. That is the DNA of our human mind. Love gives and forgives. Self gets and forgets. We forget what this and God has done for us. We always question him every time. Swami told, if you want to know the taste of the ocean, you can't drink the entire ocean. You go and take one drop from one spot, another drop for another, and third drop from another, and taste it, and you should know that the entire ocean is salty. You can't drink the entire ocean. That is not in your capacity to do so. We all know, at least those who have been living in Puttaparthi for long, during 2006 or 7, Swami once called the highest officials to make an announcement that today evening he is going to give Vishwa Rupa Darshan from the airport. And all should go to the airport to have that Vishwa Rupa Darshan. I will not mention the name, but some of the top officials refused to make this announcement, knowing that those days people used to think that Swami is not able to understand or comprehend after these major operations and 3 falls. I mentioned in different videos all that drama. But then Swami's last arrow, Anil Kumar sir, he told him, you go and make announcement. And he made the announcement. And the entire village, with no exception, even my mother who was not able to see, able to walk, everyone walked. The total traffic jam, entire village of surroundings with all staff, with the director of the super specialty was Dr. Safaya, the vice chancellor Dr. Anil Kumar Gokak, everybody, the devotees from overseas, the great scientists, everybody reached airport. Swami also came in his car. I had his divine darshan. Nothing happened. But everybody said, wow, they are satisfied. And not a single devotee doubted his divinity. True devotee. Where was the need to do this drama? Because he is going to reappear from the sky. He is preparing us. And it is not that he has told me that he is going to reappear this and has when date. People are asking when. He has already reappeared. He is already there. He has shown me in my vision that he is in Himalayas giving darshan to greatest Rishi Munis. And he told me that he will call me and others. He gave the reason for that, for us to understand why he is doing this. He is not obliged to give any explanation. Yet out of mercy, he said, my devotees will go mad if I come suddenly. This is part of my drama. You will have to go across the world and explain to my devotees, inform them of this coming back, reappearance of this And then that point in time, the entire world will come here. And as declared in those days, Satyasai speaks, volume 1 to 9, if you read. I don't remember the page number and volume, but I have read it myself. Everybody knows it, but we don't want to go to that because your human mind is always forgetting mind. He has declared that he will have to move and walk in the sky to give darshan. And those days are coming. He will decide when and how of it. Who are we to question him? Shabri never asked the date, which date Rama will come. When the great rishis told her that Lord Vishnu will incarnate and he will walk through this forest and he will visit this place. She did not say which date, which year, how many days. No. She started cleaning the path to that cottage every day till Rama decided to come and walk on that path to see her and give her darshan. Ahalya did not ask her husband, when will Rama come and put his foot on me, the stone, to become a woman? This is the touchstone of our faith in him. Jai Sai Ram.